Hello everybody, it's me Nick the Brick, and today I got just a very exciting video for you, and it is about my custom Legacy 4 ninja suits. And this is just going to be so special because those are my first customs to actually be digitally made, or whatever you wanna call that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I will always prefer the old-fashioned purist building custom minifigures, but here and there I might be able to also make them digitally, so that's also pretty cool. But yeah, in this video there will be just tons of stuff happening, so it's gonna be a long one, so prepare yourself for that. And now let's finally get started. So at first you're probably wondering how in the world did I make those figures, considering my editing skills could have easily been better. I mean, it all started when I came across that app called Change Color. I mean, it's obviously what it says, you can change color of pretty much anything, so that is extremely useful and opens up so many new possibilities. And then I also use this program. I'm actually using it to edit my thumbnails, so this is how I was able to move minifigure parts from one figure to another. And yeah, I mean, I just really put a lot of effort in this, so hopefully you guys will like them. I mean, I'm sorry we still haven't started with the actual customs, but I'm just really excited about this, and I want to include every single important detail in here. So if you're that impatient, I just recommend pressing the fast forward button, and here you go. But yeah, for the people that still aren't familiar with the legacy suits, the first suits were released in 2019, which are the normal legacy suits, which are representing suits from the pilot season up to season 2. They were also the ones to introduce the new legacy mask, which has been used with just tons of minifigures, and I really hope we get it in more colors because it's a very well done piece. So then with 2019 we got Legacy 2 suits, which have a very unique look to them. Obviously they don't have their masks, and that is because they are based on seasons 3 and 4, and they have a very wild look, and a lot of people seem to love them a lot, including me. But we still never got Zane and Nia, so hopefully that will happen in the future. And with the January 2021 wave of sets, we received Legacy 3 Zane, and those suits are actually based on seasons 5 and 6. But yeah, so far we only received Legacy 3 Zane. We will have to wait to get the rest of the Legacy 3 suits, which that might took 1 or 2 years, to be fair. And now, I mean, we don't even know if Legacy will continue many years later, but there's a pretty good possibility that we will receive the Legacy 4 suits, which I'm gonna predict will be based on Day of the Departed as well as this season 7. So yeah, this is just how I imagine those figures will look like. This is just pure speculation, just to let you know. And yeah, now I think we can actually start with the actual customs. So now let's get straight into it. So here we have the first one, which is the Legacy for Kai. Obviously, as you can see, he's really rocking that dark red color scheme. Honestly, I'm just a big fan when Kai figures have a bit more of dark red. I think it actually fits him very well, and this one is definitely no exception. So if we're going to start with the actual process of how I made this guy, the legs are actually from Island Kai, but obviously I painted them dark red. Then at the bottom of the legs there's also some brown details to match with his Day of the Departed and Hands of Time suit. And the torso is actually from Gravis, which came in that Legacy Tournament of Elements set this year, which is just very awesome. And obviously I painted it to make it look a bit more appropriate for Kai. And also I used his symbol from his island suit as well. And also he's obviously rocking that season 11 shoulder pad in black, which actually looks very awesome. I'm kinda sad we haven't received that with the Legacy 3 figures, but oh well, you can never know, maybe we eventually will. And then we also have his Legacy mask in a dark red as a primary color, and the shiny red as the secondary one. So yeah, overall I think this one turned out very nicely. So if we continue, there is Legacy 4J, and to be honest, this one just has to be my favorite out of those costumes. It just looks absolutely stunning with that killer dark blue color scheme. Man, I really wish ninjas got more of these suits in their dark colors. It really makes them look a bit more older and everything looks way better, I would say. But yeah, for the legs, they come from season 11J. I also painted part of them brown to obviously match with his Dearly Departed in season 7 suit. Then for the torso, it actually comes from Island J, which I also painted in the dark blue completely with some brown details as well, and I also gave him his silver symbol from his Legacy 2 suit. He's rocking that season 11 armor in black as well, and Legacy mask in dark blue with some lighter blue accents. So yeah, this one I just amazed by how good it is, and yeah, I'm just very proud of it in general whatsoever. Next up, we have Legacy for Cole, and the first thing you'll notice is a very interesting color scheme. I mean, both of his Day of the Departed and Hands of Time suit have very distinctive color scheme to it, and to combine that together, it was quite a challenge, I must say. I really spent quite a lot of time thinking which part should be that color and so on, pretty much. But yeah, overall, I think some people will definitely appreciate this color scheme because it actually looks pretty realistic, or I don't know. I think it can definitely attract some people, but yet to most people it might not be the best, including me. But for the legs, they actually come from season 11 Cole. Obviously, I added quite a bit of gold to match up with the rest of the figure. Then you will also have a lot of brown details here, as you can see. And for the torso, it actually comes from Hero Call, which I obviously have to add tons of brown to it, as well as his symbol, which comes from his Legacy 2 minifigure. And as all Legacy 4 Ninja, he also has his black shoulder pad, as well as this silver mask with the black secondary color. So overall, I think this guy turned out pretty nicely as well. So for Zane, I mean, that guy was just such a challenge to make, definitely the hardest one. I just spent hours and hours making this one pretty much. And probably the main problem is that his Day of the Departed and Season 7 suits are just so different judging by the color scheme. Like, you just can't really make a perfect color scheme out of that, so I tried my best, I would say. But to build him, I used his island legs, which I added quite a bit of gold as well as brown. For the torso, I originally tried to use the one from Legacy Golden Lloyd, but it just did not work, so I had to rework the whole torso. Like, can you believe it? How much time that took? And then for the torso, I actually used the one from the Island Kai, which actually works pretty nicely, I must say. Obviously, I made it look very similar to what Zane would have. Maybe that blue is definitely not that accurate, but I think it actually matches up very nicely with his eyes. Then he also has season 11 black armor, obviously, and gray legacy hood with white secondary color. So yeah, that one might not look the best, but I really tried to make it look as good as possible. So next up we have Legacy for Lloyd, and I'm gonna assume this guy will probably be the fan favorite one out of those 6 customs that I made. But yeah, I mean, it just has that really cool looking dark green color scheme which just fits Lloyd so nicely, I must say. I mean, I'm just a huge fan of his Day of the Departed and Hands of Time suits. So making the mixture of those two suits was a pretty good pleasure, I must say. So to build him, I used his legs from his Legacy suit. Obviously, I added a bit more of gold and brown to make it a bit more accurate, let's say. Then the torso, It's from Legacy 1 Golden Lloyd, which obviously looks very nice. So you can see this torso definitely fits Lloyd way more than Zane, so I'm very happy with that for sure. And then obviously there's also the season 11 armor in black. Obviously we can't forget that, and his legacy hood with dark green and a bit lighter shade of it. So yeah, I'm very proud of this one. I think it just looks absolutely stunning. So the last but not least minifigure that I made is Legacy for Nia, which also looks pretty nice, I wanna say. I mean, her of the Departed and Hands of Time suits are pretty different as well, but I was actually able to pull that off way nicer than I did with Zane. So you will need legs from season 11 Nia. I added the some dark red accents to it as well as some brown. Then torso comes from Eileen Nia, which actually has some really awesome details, I must say. Obviously, the torso needed a bit of dark red as well. And yeah, it just has a very interesting color scheme to it, I must say. Then we also have Season 11 Armor in Black, now for the last time, I guess. As well as her Season 11 hood without the symbol. So yeah, pretty cool figure. Maybe it does look a bit too similar to her island suit, but still I don't think it's really that big of a deal. So if you're wondering how I would rate those Legacy 4 costumes that I'm very proud of, as you probably noticed, at first place I would put Jay. I know, just dark blue makes him look just way better than most of his suits. Then at second we have Lloyd, obviously having that sharp dark green color scheme. Also I think the choice of his Legacy 1 torso was pretty good as well. At third place I put Kai, obviously that dark red color scheme is killer as well. And then also the torso from Gravis was a very nice addition as well. At the fourth place, we got Nia. I mean, she isn't really that special of a figure, but she actually looks very nice, I must say. And I also put quite a lot of time into what color scheme I will choose for her. At fifth place, we have Cole. I know I'm just like not the biggest fan of his color scheme. I mean, as I said, a lot of people might appreciate that, but personally, I'm just not in that boat. And at last place, we have Zane, which, I don't know, for some reason, I just don't really like it that much, as well as the rest of those Legacy 4 suits. So, those are just my 2 cents on these. So, I would really like to see what is your list. That would be actually pretty exciting to see. So, yeah, be sure to write that down in the comments below. I would definitely appreciate that a lot. So, we are finally at the end of this video. I mean, this pretty much just took forever to make. But yeah, overall, I'm just very satisfied with what I see, and I'm looking forward to do more digital customs in the future. Obviously not that soon, but I'm obviously gonna do more, especially if this video goes well. And yeah, overall, I'm just extremely exhausted by making this video in general, so if you enjoyed, like would be highly appreciated. And also, don't forget to click that subscribe button you hand ready. Have a great day. Bye.